Let's get right into it. Japan is standing at a major crossroads. Seriously, the choices we're making right now are going to shape our country for generations. So today, we're going to dive deep into the government's massive plan to steer us through the challenges that are piling up. And I'm not being dramatic here. We are staring down a perfect storm of crises that, honestly, we just can't kick down the road anymore. This isn't some far-off problem for our grandkids to solve. Nope, this is happening right here, right now.
Just look at this timeline. It really paints a stark picture, doesn't it? Our population started declining back in 2008. We've seen tragic tunnel collapses and devastating earthquakes that remind us our infrastructure is getting old and that disasters are becoming more frequent. And with the population expected to drop below 100 million, well, these aren't just separate random events. They're all connected, all symptoms of a much bigger challenge that needs a serious, bold plan, and fast.
So that's the big question, right? When you've got all of this hitting you at once, fewer people, older roads and bridges, and more natural disasters, how in the world do you find a path forward? How do we even begin to build a future that's not just about surviving, but about being safe, prosperous, and truly sustainable? Well, the government thinks it has the answer. It's a mouthful, but it's called the Social Capital Development Priority Plan. Think of it as the nation's compass designed to guide us through these stormy waters. So let's take a closer look at what this compass is all about. Okay, so what is this thing really? At its core, it's a huge national strategy, basically a master blueprint for Japan's future. It lays out the game plan for everything from our roads and bridges to how we develop our local communities, all the way through 2030. And that compass metaphor, that's not just something we made up. The ministry in charge literally calls this plan the Rashomon, the compass. It's a really powerful image, right? The whole idea is to give Japan a clear sense of direction, so that every decision, big or small, helps point us toward a stronger, more stable future. So how does a compass like this actually work in practice? Well, it's all built around 4 main priority goals. You can think of these as the 4 cardinal points on the compass: north, south, east, and west, guiding Japan's development. Let's break down each of these directions one by one. All right, our first direction, pillar number 1, is all about creating vibrant and sustainable communities. I want you to just picture this for a second. A town where everything you need, groceries, the doctor, a park, is just a short walk away, where kids can safely walk to school and where older residents can live comfortably and independently. That's the goal here. And these aren't just empty buzzwords on a government report. We're talking about real, practical ideas. Compact cities, for example, simply means designing neighborhoods so you spend less time in your car and more time doing what you love. Or take gender mainstreaming. That just means making sure our public spaces are designed to be safe and easy to use for everyone, whether you're a parent with a stroller or an elderly person. It's just common sense, really. And you can already see this happening. We're talking about projects that bring beautiful old townhouses back to life as community centers. It means redesigning streets to be friendly for people, not just cars. They're even asking local kids for their ideas on how to design new parks. It's all about improving the quality of life, right where you live. Okay, moving on to our second pillar. You can't have great communities without a strong economy to support them, right? So pillar 2 is all about making Japan's economy more resilient and powerful. And the absolute backbone of that is our infrastructure. This part of the plan is about making that backbone stronger than ever. Take a look at this chart. Now, this isn't just a boring statistic about roads. What this actually means is a more efficient country. When we complete these major ring roads, it means goods get delivered faster, which can mean lower prices for you and me, and a huge boost for businesses. It's a very real, very concrete step towards making our entire economy run smoother. But this isn't just about finishing old projects. The plan is also looking way ahead at some truly game-changing stuff. I'm talking about things like the linear Chuo Shinkansen, that's the maglev train, that will completely change how fast we can travel between cities. And they're even planning for roads designed for automated, self-driving trucks. This is the kind of forward thinking that could supercharge our national productivity for years. Now for pillar 3, which is a huge one, making Japan a world leader in creating a green society. And this goes way beyond just hitting some environmental targets. The real goal here is to build a whole new, sustainable way of living. One of the coolest ideas in this section is something called horizontal recycling. It's a really smart concept. So normally, when you recycle old concrete, it gets turned into something of lower quality. But with horizontal recycling, the goal is to take that old concrete and asphalt and turn it back into new, high-quality concrete and asphalt. It creates a perfect loop, a true circular economy for our roads and buildings. And there are so many other innovative ideas in here. For example, they talk about blue infrastructure. What's that? Well, it means using things like industrial byproducts to build new habitats for fish and other marine life right inside our ports. It actually helps clean the water and protects the coastline. So cool. It's about turning industrial zones into thriving ecosystems, a total win-win. And that brings us to the fourth and final pillar. This one is all about the foundation that holds everything else up: the people, the technology, and the systems we use to build and maintain our country. Because let's be honest, without getting this part right, none of those other big goals are ever going to happen. Just look at the difference here. The old way of doing things, sending people out to manually inspect every nook and cranny of a bridge, slow, expensive, and frankly, pretty dangerous. The new way is a complete digital revolution. We're talking about drones flying under bridges, AI predicting which pipes might burst next, and robots doing repairs in dangerous places. It's just smarter. It's safer, it's way more efficient, and it gives us the data we need to fix problems before they happen.
And this vision extends right to the construction site. This is what they're calling iConstruction 2.0. Get this. Imagine one single operator sitting in a safe, comfortable control room, remotely operating a whole team of automated bulldozers and cranes. It's a massive leap forward for productivity, and it transforms construction into a safer, more high-tech job for the next generation.
So when you put all four of these pillars together, what do you get? What's the big takeaway?
Well, the plan is packed with really ambitious concrete goals. I mean, look at this one, 100%. That's the goal for switching all the lights on our national highways to energy-saving LEDs by 2030. It sounds simple, but think about it. That's a huge move that saves energy, cuts costs, and lowers emissions all at once. It's a perfect example of a tangible step we can take today to build a much better tomorrow.
And that's really the key thing to remember. This whole plan, it's not just some dusty document sitting in a government office. It is a living, breathing blueprint for the world right outside your door. It's about the very streets you walk on, the bridges you drive across, and the neighborhoods we all call home.
So the compass is pointing the way, and the journey is already starting. This plan is going to reshape our entire country. There's no doubt about it. So the real question for all of us is, how is it going to reshape the town that you live in?